What's going on, guys? JSkeleton with Brand of Gas Day, coming at you with a bunch of different Nintendo news, I guess you could say, from an interview with Nintendo President Mr. Furukawa. The interview was conducted with Kyoto Shimbun, and we have a few different things to talk about, like the potential of reaching 20 million Switch units by the end of the fiscal year, the future of 3DS and handheld, Nintendo Labo, and a little bit of eSports and things like that. So first off, regarding the Nintendo Switch reaching 20 million units sold by the end of the fiscal year, he says it's not an easy target hit by any means. So we're gonna go. We're going to thoroughly examine the trends from the year end and beginning of the year. We'll be going into our third year of the console soon, and the newness of the Switch will start wearing off. So it's crucial for us to release a steady stream of games. We want to show off that users can change their play style with a hybrid console, and that it can be taken with you and set up anywhere. Regarding things of mobile games, how the mobile games and kind of like the Switch games were kind of crossing paths, mostly in terms of Pokemon Go and Let's Go. He says smartphones have their own unique playstyles. We don't intend for Switch games to play like smartphone games or vice versa. Our goal is to get people interested in Nintendo's characters and increase our fan base. However, games on smart devices are different from consoles. A smart device game doesn't sell out. Rather, after the game gets distributed, more content continues to get added. A stable flow of revenue is connected to this constant improvement of the game. We will continue our pace of releasing 2 or 3 smart device games per year. As far as Nintendo Labo goes, the interviewer says Nintendo Labo was innovative, new set of games that incorporated aspects of engineering. How has it been going? He says it hasn't sold as well as our other hit games have, but we have an increase in sales for Labo during the end of the year. There are many new ways to experience Labo, and we're working on formulating new methods that convey its allure, so Labo sales will have longer legs. He was asked about the plans for the 3DS, the handheld system. He says we're nearly 8 years into the 3DS's life cycle now, so the amount of gamers who have wanted to purchase it are already there. The 3DS has its advantages in being a simple and lightweight handheld that is also quite inexpensive. Now, I want you guys to focus on that one line. We'll come back to that in just a second. We plan to continue our 3DS business moving forward, as we've already prepared it to exist alongside the Switch. Now, there's a couple of interesting things I want to touch on that in a second. We'll come back to that because there is something I want to note. But really quick, his thoughts on eSports. He says the excitement over it is clear. The excitement over esports is clear. The core fundamentals of the joy of competition and spectating are right in line with our mindset of creating games in Nintendo. We want a wide age range of players to enjoy this, regardless of experience. So we're currently sponsoring many gaming events and conventions, both domestically and abroad. For example, last year, we held 2 large-scale events in Kyoto and Tokyo for the first time called Nintendo Live. However, it is not our intention to arrange a huge prize pot. From here on, we're considering events that will expand our interactions with fans. So again, going back to the 3DS, I want to talk about that very briefly because at the very beginning, regarding the Switch units, the Switch sales, he was talking about the fact that it's a hybrid console, right? But one of the things I do want to point out is the fact that in a lot of the marketing for the past, ever since the Switch was revealed, they've been focusing on calling it a home console. It is a hybrid console, but it is primarily a home console that you can take with you on the go. So hybrid console is true, but what I want to point out is that, first of all, it's very interesting that he says we plan to continue our 3DS business moving forward, because the 3DS seems to be nearing the end of its life cycle. I don't know how much longer they can really support the console. They've kind of sucked as much juice out of it almost as they can. Maybe they can squeeze a little bit more out of it, but it's pretty much at its end. So I don't know if he's saying that in the sense that they plan to continue the handheld business moving forward, because that's how I kind of interpret it, because there's no way that the 3DS lives that much longer. So when he says we plan to continue our 3DS business moving forward, as we've already prepared it to exist alongside the Switch, I interpret that as we plan to continue our handheld business moving forward. Now I know he's saying 3DS. I know I can't change what he's saying, but what I'm getting at is they obviously cannot. If he was to say we plan to continue our handheld business moving forward, everyone's gonna go crazy. They're gonna start saying, hey, he just announced a brand new handheld, basically, indirectly announced it. So obviously they're gonna talk about, he's gonna focus on the 3DS, and they're not ready to completely put the 3DS to rest yet. So he's gonna focus out on the 3DS. But the fact that he says we've already prepared it to exist alongside the Switch, that one line to me means that they are prepared to have a handheld exist alongside the Switch, whether it's the 3DS or whatever comes after it. And I just wanted to point that out because a lot of people have been speculating that Nintendo is going to replace the handheld and the home console with the Switch, and it's going to be kind of both, and they're going to maybe come out with a Switch Mini and stuff. And I don't personally believe that. I'm not against the idea. I don't think it's not possible at all. I just think that there's no way Nintendo would want to get rid of their handheld business and just kind of merge it into the Switch. That would be very foolish. From a business perspective, why would they do that? Their handheld systems have always been extremely successful, from way back, the Game Boy SP, the Game Boy Color, the Game Boy Advance, the DSs, the DS Lites, the DSIs, the 3DSs, like all of that. It's always been very successful. There's no way Nintendo would want to get rid of it. And the thing he also points out is that the 3DS has its advantages in being a simple and lightweight handheld that is also quite inexpensive. That is the beauty of having a dedicated handheld line as well. You can make it cheaper, different things like that. So I don't see Nintendo getting rid of their handheld line and just kind of merging it into the Switch, because the Switch is something you can take with you on the go. I think the Switch is just a home console. It's like they said, the Switch is like taking the home experience, the home console experience with you on the go, but it's not replacing the handheld. So I don't know. That's just kind of my two thoughts. I wanted to throw in there at the end of the video. But you guys can let me know what you think. Time will tell, which route they do take and how long the 3DS will live for. So anyways, that said, let me know what you think about all this information in the comments below. Let me know if you guys think the Switch will hit 20 million by the next fiscal year, or by the end of the fiscal year. And if you guys think, how much longer do you guys think the 3DS is going to last? Let me know all that in the comments below. And if you guys enjoyed the video, smash like, subscribe, like, comment, share, and all that awesome stuff. Catch you guys very soon in another one like always. Until then, game on.